Hey loves, Kim here, and I'm back with another video. So if this is your first time on the channel, I just would like to say welcome and thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you see, feel free to hit that subscribe button and be sure to click that notification bell, that way you never miss an upload from me. And if you're an OG that's been here for a minute, thank you so much for coming back. So I feel like it's been quite a while since I posted a video, and again I want to apologize. There have been so many things going on in my personal life, just a lot of different changes that are coming soon. So I've been trying to figure out ways to prepare myself for them. And just this year, I want to focus on doing things that genuinely makes me happy and do passion-based works that I can also, of course, make an income from, because when you're an adult, you have bills and you have to support yourself, right? So here we are. That's just a kind of long explanation to say. Sorry I haven't been posting for a while, but I hope you all will enjoy this video. But yeah, at the moment, I don't have a name that's pretty common for me. So, you know, if you've been here for a while, you know sometimes I struggle with naming things. I want to make my name something that's easily searchable, if that even makes sense, like something that you all will be able to find, but something that has a specific meaning to each particular lot. But I will say what I was going for was kind of like this stately home, like an estate, actually, you know, a house with all of this land and all of this equity and value, something that was really prestigious, but had a bit of a classic flair to it. So I don't know, I was looking up pictures on Pinterest and Google, and I wanted something that looked like something you will find on like a French countryside. Now, I have never been to France, but I've seen plenty of pictures in the media, whether it's on the internet or TV or whatever. And the French countryside is so beautiful. It's so peaceful. Like, there are a lot of rolling hills and just greenery. Like, a lot of the older estate homes or chateaus have like ivy going up the side. Just, it feels so I can't even put it into words, and that's kind of the look and feel that I wanted to convey here. So yeah, as you saw in the beginning, I was kind of landscaping out or using the terrain paint to map out how I wanted the driveway to be. And although we don't have cars, I wanted the driveway to feel really grand, and I definitely wanted to have the roundabout driveway, if that even makes sense, like the area where you just kind of go and turn around in order to get in your cars, get out of your cars, or whatever. So yeah, that was the big focus on the front yard. And I also wanted several pathways so your Sims can walk along the front yard and just look at the beautiful flowers and things like that. So that's where I was going in my mind, and I hope I did justice to that. We're currently working on the roof, and something that I've learned in this challenge and I'm trying to get better at is not using the whole entire lot for your build. Let me tell you something about life, okay? I like big builds, and I cannot lie. And my problem in the past was starting out too big. Now, yes, I do utilize most of this lot, but it's not focused on the building itself. Most of this space is kind of dedicated to landscaping and other outdoor activities. So you actually get more out of the lot. Also, if you actually played the Sims game, I don't do it as often as I like, but in actual gameplay, big houses suck. And let me tell you why. It's because your Sims sometimes get caught up just standing around or getting lost, or something with the walk paths. It's I don't know, it doesn't work well with huge builds. Like, it just takes your Sims absolutely forever to play around and, you know, get to wherever they need to in the game. So I wanted a large lot, but I shrunk down the size of the house. That's what I'm trying to say. So one, I'm not tortured with trying to furnish a huge lot that's literally 64 by 64 squares, and also so we can enjoy the beautiful landscaping. I feel like landscaping is like the unsung hero in build mode. Sometimes it gets pushed by the wayside, and landscaping really makes the house come alive, in my opinion. I feel like with the greenery and, you know, things like trees and flowers, like they are literal life. Like sometimes we forget that trees and flowers are living things, even though they are not people. They are living things, and it just brings so much life and vibrancy. So I wanted that to kind of be a hero in this build. Anyway, back to the house. Like I said, I wanted it to kind of feel like a countryside French mansion, almost like an estate house, and I think I did a pretty okay job with it. I'm actually pretty proud of this build. I started working on this one a couple of days ago, and I've just been doing other things. I should have just gone ahead and finished it, but there are some things in my personal life that I'm trying to get in order. So basically, with my job, my position is basically being discontinued almost. And for a minute I was upset about it. I mean, like, I've known this for months, but for a little while I was upset. But then I started to realize that there is so much potential within me that I'm just not using. And for the longest, it's been out of fear of failure. I was that kid that always got good grades, and just academics came so easily to me. So when I was faced with a challenge, it scared me because I was just used to being good at everything naturally. And as I'm getting older and wanting more things for my life, and hopefully one day I am blessed with children, I want to be able to do things, one, that I love, and two, do things that are going to have a lasting impact on my children. So I want to go into business for myself. I've said many times on this channel, I have a background in graphic design, and for such a long time that has been my love, that has been my passion. However, I'm an artist at heart, and like, you might be like, well, graphic designers are artists. Yes, they are. However, I don't want to be in a position where I'm locked into working for someone else for the rest of my life. And you might say, well, yeah, there are freelance designers, and yes, you are absolutely correct. However, I'm more than just a graphic designer. I want to eventually do events and make favors, and, you know, just explore different avenues of art and celebrations, and bring all of my creativity under my own umbrella. So that's a very vague and broad explanation on things I've been doing to kind of prepare myself for my passion-based future. I have a lot of ideas, you guys. I really do. And you may not know, I actually have a second YouTube channel. I actually started that channel first, and it was based on event planning and decor and centerpieces and all of that good stuff. And I kind of stopped doing it out of fear, out of me doubting myself and comparing myself to other people. And 2019 is, for me, a chance to break away from that, break away from my worst critic, which is myself. So I'm going to go for it this year. And the thing with my job being discontinued, well, the position itself being discontinued, you know, if I don't get the new position that I applied for, that's just even more of a sign for me to start really focusing on myself and really doing my own thing. So that's kind of where I've been. That's why I haven't really been posting a lot lately. I've just been exploring different options, doing research, you know, buying samples, creating different things, and kind of preparing to share them with you all. So when the time comes, I will definitely let you all know. I know that most people are probably subscribed to my channel for Sims content, and that will continue. But don't be surprised if I just let you all know more about the things that I'm trying to do besides Sims content. So yeah, be on the lookout. I don't have any definite dates, but I'm super duper excited, and I am just so ready to share all of my ideas with the world and you all. But anyway, back into this build, we have made it into the interior. I have painted the walls, and the color scheme that I was going for was rich, kind of elegant color. So I used quite a bit of creams and deep chocolate tones, like the kind of espresso color on the floor, and the dark colors on the walls in the living room. And I wanted to mix it with lighted colors like beige and whites and creams and things like that. So that was my whole aesthetic. I wanted this to feel kind of luxe, kind of like a place where it's not really a spectacle. It's pretty traditional, but I wanted it to still feel fresh, and I still wanted it to feel kind of regal in a sense. So that's where I was going. I used a lot of things from the Vampires pack. Definitely, I feel like the Vampires pack has a really strong Victorian look and look and feel about it, if that even makes sense. It feels kind of old. Well, maybe old's not the right word. It feels aged. It feels vintage, but I feel like vintage doesn't even quite explain it, because a lot of times people get really gimmicky with the word vintage, but it feels really aged and it has a certain regalness to it. So Vampires was a key pack in this build. I also used a lot of things from Get Famous, specifically the windows and the doors. I feel like the double height windows and doors kind of have like a classic feel to it that mixed very, very well with the Vampires pack, in my personal opinion. The walls in like the study area, which we are creating now, as well as the main living space, that actually came from Base Game, and it's not too often when I get to use that, so I feel like it was definitely perfect in this build. Other things I used quite a few pictures from the Cats and Dogs pack. I really like the large framing that comes with that pack, and I feel like it just gives a little bit more age and history to this build, so I definitely wanted to use those. And you know, just a bunch of different things from a bunch of different packs. At first I was actually going to make this a base game only build, but you know, I tried base game windows and I was like, nah, I gotta use Get Famous windows. I just really like the kind of rod iron detail on those windows and doors, so it was at that point where I said, okay, forget it, I'll just use whatever. But if you want me to do more builds where I'm using specific packs, definitely let me know down in the comments. I'm open to that idea, and I've been thinking about it for a while. It's just sometimes certain builds require certain packs just so I can get the style of things out, if that even makes sense. I really like this study area that we're in. It has like the dark chocolate tones on the walls, as well as the dark desk and desk chair. I really love it. I just feel like you can get a lot done in there, and your Sims will be super duper focused. And now we are in the foyer area. I just wanted to keep it simple in there. I'm sorry if we are bouncing around a lot. I tend to kind of furnish my builds in several places at once. Like, I don't just focus on one room and then go to another room. I feel like bouncing around between the rooms helps me to make spaces a bit more unified, if that even makes sense. Let me know your building style. Like, I feel like I try to bounce around, like I said, want to make everything feel a bit more connected and cohesive, but also sometimes I get creator's block. So like, if I'm just over an area, I'll move somewhere else and then come back with a fresh pair of eyes a bit later on. But yeah, this build actually kind of reminds me of my California mansion build, and although they don't look alike, I feel like there are similarities in between those builds. So if you haven't checked out that video, I'll leave a card on screen and also put the link down below. I really enjoyed building that one as well, but it reminds me of that build in the sense that these are mansions and they are more on the traditional side, and also the kind of rounded entryway, even though the rounding doesn't look the same, they're similar in shape. So I don't know, I was getting those types of vibes, but I feel like this one has a bit more history to it, if that even makes sense. But yeah, this place is huge. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, I believe. If you didn't like the study area, you can easily convert that to another suite, like a guest suite or even a butler's wing. In my head, there are butler's quarters in here, so the butler, if you did decide to have one, would have their own bedroom. But yeah, there's 4 bedrooms and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 bathrooms, if I'm not mistaken. There is a foyer area, a study, like a huge study, dining room space, living room, and kitchen, and then the backyard is awesome as well. I really had so much fun. Like, you guys don't even understand how much fun I had with this build. It's so different from my personal aesthetic. Like, if I was to pick my dream home, it definitely wouldn't be this, but a place like this would be so nice and such an honor to visit. I just really like the classic flair. Another way I wanted to convey that this was an older home with a bit of a classic flair is that in the bedrooms I decided to use wallpaper, which is something I don't do too often. I believe most of the wallpapers in the bedroom are from the Vampires pack, but there may be one bedroom with wallpaper from base game. I'm not quite sure, but there's definitely Vampires packs in the bedroom. Also, the doors leading into the study and the bedrooms are from the Vampires pack. Yes, they are a bit over the top, but you know, a house like this with these large ornate features, I felt like there was no better pack than Vampires. If for some reason I didn't have Vampires, because like I said in previous videos, it took me a very long time to get the Vampires pack. I'm just not into supernatural stuff like at all. It's so annoying when Vlad shows up at my door like, let me get your neck. Like, it's so annoying, but I really, really love the build items. Like, it's, it has such a high quality level of detail that I do not regret that purchase at all. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, if I didn't use the Vampires pack, Vintage Glamour probably would have been used more. I don't really feel like those packs are similar, but they have a kind of classy flair to them that I really admire. Also, the master suite or the main bedroom suite has a walk-in closet. I used those pieces from the Get Famous pack and the mirror from the Vintage Glamour pack. Those stylists are very, very similar. I feel like part of the pieces from Get Famous is kind of like, I don't even want to say a rehash, but more like an expansion on Vintage Glamour, which I'm happy about, but it's like at the same time, I wish those pieces came with Vintage Glamour, but you can only get so much in a stuff pack, and I do understand that. Anyway, we're on one of the back terrace areas. This is more so in the center portion, and I added in those wall flowers that came with the Get Together pack. Get Together is a pack that I did use quite a bit of, especially in a lot of the furnishing for the outside, I believe. And I think I might have used the backyard stuff pack as well for the furnishing. Anyways, we are in the backyard. We are creating kind of a maze. I don't know. I just feel like that was so nice. I'm laughing because I remember why I put this. So when I was first thinking about a large estate home, I automatically thought about Tomb Raider. And like, I love Tomb Raider so much. I admire Lara Croft because she is just such a super boss babe. Like, she is fearless, she's athletic, she's beautiful, and she's rich, but she doesn't rest on the fact that she has money. Like, Lara Croft is like, she's paid, okay? Like, basically, if you haven't heard of Lara Croft or Tomb Raider, first of all, where have you been? But second of all, her parents died when she was young, and I believe her father was an archaeologist, and they have money. Like, she lives at Croft Manor, which is basically her family's home. And what she does is she's an archaeologist too, but she does other things. Like, she fights the bad guys, she looks for like hidden treasure, and a lot of it isn't even for her personal gain. But anyway, enough about Lara Croft. I was thinking about that. That's why I put that maze. If you played the first Lara Croft game back on PS1, yeah, we're taking it way back to the gray PlayStation with the big buttons. Oh my gosh, I'm such a gamer geek, but you know, I love it. Anyway, her first house had a maze, and I think maybe several renditions of her houses actually had mazes as well. But I thought about her first house with that maze, and it just had like all of these like secret passageways, and her home also had like all of these trap doors and just different little things. Like it starts you off at her house, so you can kind of train, get your movement together, prepare for combat when you're actually in the game, and it was just so cool. Where was I going? I don't know. Anyway, Lara Croft house had a maze. Okay. I feel like I've been all over the place, but you know, I miss you all. I wanted to share what's going on in my life. I wanted to just, you know, just talk to you guys because, you know, I love being able to talk to you all. Like, it doesn't get any more simple than that. But yeah, there's a maze, and I add all of these little things in here, like some statues and like that little water fountain thing. All of those came from the Romantic Garden Stuff pack. And over on the other side where the kind of rounded hedges are, there's that wishing well, also from the Romantic Garden pack. At this point, we're just adding in some outdoor lighting around our entryway. Like I said, it's so grand. Like, honestly, most of just the surface area of this lot is landscaping and walkways, and I'm so happy with that because I didn't kill myself creating a build, and this is way more attractive to look at than like a really, really huge house that would be terrible for your Sims to play in. But yes, at this point where I'm just finishing off everything with a bit of ivy, I don't put it all over, but I do put it on top of this brick area from the from the bowling pack. And I eventually add in some of the little roses, which you can see right here, and I mix it in with the ivy, and I just feel like that adds a little bit more age to the home, a little bit more history, and it just makes it feel a little bit older when you have ivy going up. But yeah, here it is. I had so much fun creating this build. I hope you all will enjoy. I think I'm just going to finish off the video with adding in some pool furniture and some last minute details just to make this place feel extra special and complete. But I have rambled on enough. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Like, each and every video, it's a labor of love, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you all don't mind my rambling, but you know, I'm so happy to share with you all, and I hope you all truly enjoy it. If you made it this far in the video and you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe. Also, click that notification bell, that way you never miss an upload from me. And don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. It helps me and the channel out a whole lot, and it lets me know what you want to see more of. Also, feel free to follow me on my social medias. My Instagram handle is Simply-Nisey. I post my thumbnails and a couple of things about my personal life if you are interested. And if you want to continue the dialogue beyond YouTube, definitely hit me up on Twitter. I'm over there the absolute most. My Twitter handle is Simply-Nisey. I do polls. I ask you guys this questions. I believe I actually put up a post asking what should I name this, because your girl needs some help. But definitely, yeah, hit me up on Twitter. And if you want to download this house from the gallery, be sure to follow me on the gallery. My origin ID is Simply-Nisey. Again, you all, thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed speaking with you all, and as always, I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye guys.